And right, can you see the screen? Can you see my screen? You can see the slides on the screen. Right, so this is not the most professional start to a webinar. Right, so hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. I am Veronica Pullen and I'm here with Dom Hodgson and also Peppa, Dom's biggest student. No, actually Dom's smallest student. One of his early students, and actually she even gets a little mention in Dom's book. So we're here tonight. I'm in LA, which is the Sussex slang for Littlehampton, on the south coast. We're over here visiting my mum, and tonight I'm going to be talking to Dom about the journey that he has been on, that took him from just a dog walker in Sunderland, which were his words and not mine, right the way through to frankly today, Dom, surrounded by 100 or whatever books that are being posted to all of your early buyers. So I read the book over the weekend. Dom's new book is out today. Be Your Dog's Superhero. Is that right?
How to be a dog superhero. Yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah, and I read that over the weekend. And before we talk to Dom, I just want to highlight two parts of that book that really kind of jumped out for me. One of them was quite early on. He says basically this is what the book is going to be, and if you're a sensitive snowflake, which I just love, because there's a little bit of swearing. If that's not for you, then put this book down. Now that's quite a gutsy thing to say, because people who are reading this book have paid for this book, and it's something that. Oh, hang on, I think Pepper wants to go. Wait a minute. It's something that most people, most of us don't do, because what we do is we talk to customers as if customers have all of the power, and actually don't have all of the power, and sometimes clients aren't right. So anyway, so he calls out people that this book isn't for, and at the end of the book, we'll hear more about the book in a minute, but at the end of the book, he does something that really made me laugh. Now, if you met Dom, you'll know that the at the front of Dom's brand is his dog de Bordeaux, and the dog is called Barry, a huge, great dog, right? And he's got his whole personality, and everyone's like, "Oh, we want to see more Barry. We give us videos of Barry." And Barry loves Yorkshire puddings, and at the end of the book, you get the recipe for Barry's favourite Yorkshire pudding, and it just completely made me laugh. But it's also, you know, how we have these conversations around people won't want to know that. Why would people want to know how to make Yorkshire puddings the way that Barry likes them? But the fact it's in there, and it's just really funny, and it brings Barry to life, because you can imagine now, what I can imagine now is that you'll do somewhere down the line, you'll do an event, and all of these people will turn up with Yorkshire puddings for Barry, and he'll be surrounded by these Yorkshire puddings, all made to his own recipe. And it's because
the Barry Bake Off.
Yeah. I've just got this vision of him, like a Yorkshire pit of Barry going, wandering around, not another one, and all these people turn up. But it's stuff like that so many people hold back on, that so many people think, I'm not going to share that because people won't care, people won't be interested in that. But it is that personality, when you bring your brand alive, when you bring yourself alive, and you're not just the logo, but you actually bring elements of yourself into the way you show up online. That's what your audience want. That is what brings your audience to you, because they resonate with parts of your story. Now, I will never be able to look at another Yorkshire pudding again without thinking about Barry and his Yorkshire pudding. And it's that kind of stuff. It makes you memorable, So, enough about me. We're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. So, do you want to just to start off with? Can you just tell us so what was actually the moment where you decided that you wanted to be more than a dog walker and something, what was going through your mind? Where were you at in your head at that point?
First, thanks for having me on, Veronica. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward and already enjoying speaking to you, as I always do. It's really good fun. So yeah, where did it start? It started with me kind of 4 or 5 years ago starting my own business. That was the first part of it, and starting the dog adventure and the training business, just being a local dog walker serving people, in my immediate community. And then as I was trying to find my way and try and basically think of more ways I suppose I could make money without exchanging time for money. There's only so many dogs you can walk in a day before your legs start to hurt, and there's only so many dogs you can train in a day as well. And I was doing well with it. I was earning good money, but I wanted to earn more, and I wanted to find a way of doing that still meant I could spend some time with the family but I didn't know I didn't know where I wanted to go with it, but I knew I wanted to do something where I just wasn't having to walk and work more and more hours, exchanging time for money, really.
So when you first actually started with the whole dastardly dog training thing, and you started to be more visible, how did you find that difficult to go from? I don't think you've probably never been quiet, but suddenly you did get much more visible. Did you find that was that quite scary to make that shift from being just Dom to Dom taking a stand and being the leader?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really, really scary. And but I mean, there's a middle part of that before we started the Dastard Dog thing was where I kind of found you, and you helped me figure out, what my system was and how I could take what I know and my expertise with dogs and kind of leverage it to do other things, to train and to teach more people. But definitely, if I wouldn't have done it on my own, without a doubt, I just wouldn't have, But obviously, seeing you and working with you, and you give me the benefit of your experience because you've gone through the same thing as well, obviously with what you do. But yeah, it was really, really scary at first. I think you kind of build up to it. Like you say, I've never been a particularly quiet person, but I've definitely grown in confidence. And in the last kind of 3 to 6 months, my confidence is kind of at a point, as you described in the book, where I'm like, this is what I am, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I believe in myself and my services, and if you don't want to work with me, then fair enough. But and what that does is it pushes people away who it's just positioning, it pushes people away who don't like you, but the people who do like you, it really pulls them towards you, and it's they become your kind of your raving fans, and they really buy into what you do. And
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you got criticised after you'd stepped up and became a leader? Do you remember the first time someone tried or had a bit of a pop at you for doing that and how that felt?
Yeah, I think it was probably in an email, because I went down the route of um, trying to communicate with my tribe through email, and I was emailing quite a bit and trying to put my personality into my emails, and I think that was where I got some negative feedback, and some people saying, I can't believe you're saying this in an email, or and people can be quite stinging, can't they, when they're criticizing you. So and it's hard at first, obviously. You get the knocks, but at the same time, like I say, what you don't you shouldn't think about the kind of 1 or 2 people who you offend, or who give you negative feedback, because at the same time there's 20 or 30 people who are loving what you're saying, and who want more of what you're saying, they want you to be more yourself.
That's right.
But it takes a while to get there.
Because
I kind of did it through the emails.
Yeah, because so many people really worry about this criticism. So many people, and the first time it happens, they kind of retreat. And the thing is, when you step up, the way I look at this is, when I step up and I become visible, I help 99%. I help 99 people. I serve 99 people, and I trigger one. And the person who criticizes is triggered by because they to put it at its most basic, they wish that they could do what you were doing. Perhaps not what
Mm,
you were doing, but
mm,
inside of them is an unfulfilled um, ambition. Let's just call it an ambition. And you're going out there and having and being yourself and being really visible is triggering their unfulfilled thing inside of them. So when you do get criticism, and you will, there's no two ways about it. You will get people who aren't impressed, and they will tell you they aren't impressed. And sometimes I think, why did you think that that was okay to to send a message like that? Where were you in your head? But generally I get it, because in their mind they think they're helping.
mm,
Sometimes in their mind they think they're just guiding you. Maybe you just need to tone it down a little bit.
mm, mm,
Maybe you
mm.
need to, you get more sales if you sent less emails, or
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that, or didn't,
Be more professional.
yeah, don't swear.
Yeah.
People won't like it if you must be professional.
Mm,
For some people are just utter moronic.
mm,
Some people will just say stuff. And I had a client last week who was really upset by a comment that she'd had. And it ended up, it went round in circles a little bit. It ended up the woman who made the comment was having a really bad day, and a
mm,
really bad day. And ultimately, that is what it is. It's something
mm,
in them, isn't it? It's not ever
mm.
about you.
No, no. And you can't treat it as if it still stings a little bit even now, I suppose, probably less so now, but it still stings a bit, but you just yeah, you just think, well, if I suppose the worst thing you want to be, I don't know if it was you who told me this, but the worst thing you want to be is like vanilla, isn't it? The worst thing you want to try and be is all thing to all people, because then you're not
Yeah, because
you're
you
never
never
going to build
will
your own tribe then, Pardon?
be. Even if you try, you never will be. All you'll
No,
do
you never
is
will be. No, you'll just be boring or nothing, nothing to anybody. You know what I mean? And you want to.
that's it. Yeah,
I think from my experience with emails, I think the emails where I've been more myself, or I've been a bit more passionate, or I've told a story honestly, and or where I've before I press send and I thought like, oh, I mean, I wonder what people think about that. They're the ones where people will reply in droves and say, oh yeah, that happened to me,
yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, this happened to my dog, or because obviously I'm talking about dog training and stuff and telling stories and things all the time. But they're the ones where they come back at you, and you've got a little connection then, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's that passion. It's that, you feel it in your belly. If you can feel it
Mm,
in your belly and you share it, it's that passion, it's that energy, it's that emotion
mm,
that people respond to. And it's so much
mm,
better than putting out vanilla, blah, 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 boring, just
mm,
to try and keep everybody happy. And we've all done it. I've done it.
mm,
And
mm.
but it really doesn't work. And all that happens actually is you go further and further away from you.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
And it makes it like it's a consistency thing as well, isn't it? So like we've been talking about this recently, and I feel much more confident to say what I think all the time. And I know I'm not going to please everybody, and I'm not really bothered about that. But it's like consistent. So if I'm the same way in my emails, I have to be the same way in my emails as I am in my book, as I am in my online dog training, as I am in my personal one-to-one training. Otherwise, somewhere along the way, somebody's gonna read my emails and then say, oh yeah, this guy's nice, and then they're going to read my book, and it's going to be completely different, isn't it? My book's going to have swear words in, and my emails don't. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, and they're going to say, well, which version of this guy is the real one? You know what I mean?
talking about your emails, you
Hmm.
write all of your emails raw, don't you? You write them and send them, don't you? They're not typically they're created for that email. They're not created to go in an auto response. So you're not writing 20 in one go. You're writing and sending. Is that right?
No, I do have a little onboarding autoresponder sequence, but no, for the most part, everything is just broadcasts, and
And
yeah,
the longer time goes on, the more, I'm not going to use the word anti, but the further away I'm stepping from automated funnels. We've because I've got to be honest here. I talked about having automated funnels, but it seems this year, particularly in 2016, is becoming much more obvious that automated stuff, we know it has no energy, because you cannot write. It doesn't matter who you are, but you cannot write high energy 20 emails. You can do it
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5, but when
Mm-hmm.
you, and so it ends up, because they say that each person gets 147 emails in their inbox every day. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if they know that your emails are going to be boring and vanilla and blah blah, they're not going to read them. Where if they know
Mm-hmm.
that there's passion and energy and emotion coming through because they're being written from the heart, they're going to take notice and read those emails. So this year particularly, I've my energy is not in automated funnels. We do, to be authentic, I do, some of my social media stuff is scheduled, but I cut that in half. We sat down, my husband is my social media manager for Output. We sat down and cut that in half, because the energy, the energetic, passionate stuff that gets the attention. It's not about ticking a box that says you posted 3 times. Not about ticking a box that says you sent out an email. It's about passion. And so, on that note, where do you get your inspiration for the emails from?
Um, Everywhere really, and
Yeah,
everywhere and anywhere. I just try and take something that's interesting that's happened that particular day, whether it be a trip out with the kids to the pictures,
yeah.
or if I stepped in dog shit or something, then I'll write an email about that. Or if whatever it is, there's a little story and everything. And
But that's the that was the perfect answer, because it is what you have to do is, so first of all, I'm just pouring water out of one of these silly sports bottles. That well, the first thing that you do is decide who you are, and what fills you up, but what do you love to do. And the second thing you do is figure out who you ultimately want to help. Who are your dream community, your dream client, where actually
Mhm,
you hang out with them anyway, but this time around you're getting
mhm,
paid for it. And then you you don't obsessively become them, but you get into their head and start to know what they're interested in. And then the core thing that Dom just said is, you notice what is going on around you. Now, Dom's life is very much offline, in the point that your day-to-day life, you spend a lot of time offline. My day-to-day life is a lot of time online. So we're the opposite in that respect. But so that says that whether you're offline or online, there is inspiration absolutely everywhere. And
mhm,
I take notice of what I see in front of me on
mhm,
Facebook. I take notice of the emails that I'm writing in reply to my private clients. My private clients have asked me a question. I don't just answer the question to them. I then think, next thing, what can I do with that information? And I leverage it. If I
mhm,
write a comment on someone's Facebook post, copy and paste the comment, it becomes something else. So
mhm,
that was the thing, to take notice of what is going on around you, online and offline, and filter it in your mind to the point of view of, what could I do with this to serve my ideal client? What
mhm.
How can I use this and relate it back? Give me an example, Dom, because you're a really good storyteller. I think you're a much better storyteller than I am. Give me an example of something that you've done, and they're alive, but just give us one example so the guys on the call can relate. One example of something that you've done that you've then turned into the topic of an email. So tell us what you did and then how it related.
So just one that just popped into my head would be I got flash. I was speeding, not excessively, but I was kind of doing 34, and I got flashed by a, a standing, a camera, and I got the option of having 3 points on my license, or I could go to the course, and so I turned that. I think I turned into a number of emails actually. First of all, I wrote an email about um, how pissed off I was that it had happened, but it was, and I had some excuses. I think I was rushing to pick Toby up from school because I'd had a phone call to say he'd been hurt, and so I turned that into an email about I can't remember now, but I turned that into an email and used that situation as being, it was my fault. You know what I mean? It was still my fault, even though I knew that camera was there all the time, I still got hit by it, but it was still my fault. And you can turn that into any situation for something where people are suffering problems with their dog or with their business or whatever it is that you're teaching, really. And then I wrote an email the next or a couple of days later about the course that I went on and how everyone was just kind of sitting around and making excuses for the fact that they were there, when actually, in fact, the only person to blame was them. And it's just stuff like that, and anything at all, really. You can, and this, what it does is, as well, I think, is that it's real, and it makes people, you don't have to be. I very rarely talk about dog training, although I do talk about dog
and
training.
it's
I'll talk
relatable.
about something and relate, yeah, and but obviously people have had um people have been caught by speed cameras as well, so it's straight away they look at it and they think, oh, Dom's been caught by a speed camera. He was pissed off. I was pissed off and I got caught by a speed camera. You know what I mean? Dom must be like me, Dom's like me,
That's
and I
right.
think things like
Dom
that
is like
pull
me.
people towards
That's
you.
it.
Mm,
They are like me
yeah,
because the
mm.
first
They're
thing
normal.
because the first thing that runs through their minds is that Dom is up here because Dom is the expert, and then they start to get to know you through your stories, and it is Dom is like me. I can relate to him, and what everybody wants is to be, a core need, no matter where you acknowledge this, but core needs. You want to be liked and you want to be cared about, and when you share relatable stories, you can build that connection, and it opens up conversation. People go, oh, this is my story. One that I did recently. I have to say, it's for a long time I couldn't do this. For a long time, I used to have rare flashes of inspiration where I could take information in and relate it to what I did. So there's a slight mindset shift in this. You have to kind of like apply this filter into your mind. So when you take the information in, it goes round one of those, those things with the bingo balls in, and you turn it
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
It goes through one of
That's
them
what
in
you
your
do.
head and
Exactly.
comes out as a story. One that I did, we were at Butlins a couple of weeks ago, and at Butlins there's perhaps 50 redcoats. Redcoats are the face of the brand entertainer. There's about 50 of them on resort, but one of them is Billy Bear, and Billy Bear is Barry for Butlins. Okay, Billy Bear is he's like Mickey Mouse for Disney, and you go in the Butlins store and there's just tons of stuff that you can buy for about Billy Bear, and I've got most of it. But he kind of he's got his own room at the resort, and it's really sweet. So they do story time, and you go and say the kids go and wave bye bye to Billy Bear. He's going to bed now. He's got his pajamas on and his little hat, and this whole thing is around Billy Bear. So when you leave Butlins, which redcoat are you going to remember? One of the 50 that are just all the same, only distinguishable between one's got brown hair and one's got blonde hair, and they're men and women and different ethnicities and different, all this Billy Bear. And what we're about is being Billy Bear. And same another story, Pepper, our dog here. Basically, she thinks that she's Barry. She thinks she's the size of Barry. She doesn't. Nobody told her that she's the tiniest dog in the world. If she wants it, she's having it, and she'll argue in a girly way, not in a fighty way, with Barry. She would get Barry to do what she wanted him to do because she believes in herself. She believes in her own worth, and that's really what. So there's two stories that can relate back. You need to be more Pepper, We all need to be more pepper and and believe that our value is great, and go out there and own it and lead with it, and be Billy Bear, so that you're not just in a crowd of life coaches or what have you. You're out there, you're the orange in a crowd of apples. So when you take information in, filter it, run it with the ball thing, whatever that's called, bingo ball machine, and bring it out as a story that you can share, and then share it, because people do want to hear the stuff. And when you are out there sharing it, your like-minded client, your like-minded audience will come to you. So
I think you get better at it as well. The more you do it, the more you get better at it. Like anything,
right? Like anything, isn't it?
Yeah, and you get used to, you start to see things like what you just said. It becomes more natural. You just see things in your everyday life, and you just say, that's an email, that's a story, that's something I can spin into this, or something happens on the news, and you say, I can use this, or like you say, or you get asked a question, and you can say, all right, okay, I'll write an email about this, and I'll tell 500 people the answer rather than just this one person,
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you've got questions for me or Dom, pop them in the question box. I think we've got one. We'll come to the question in just a minute. But so when you and I first spoke on our very first call, you came along with basically what I think you came along with, like a bin bag full of ideas, and you tipped them all over my head, basically. And then we sorted them all out and made them into your system. So you ran away with the Dastardly Dog transformation formula, wasn't it? It was formula, wasn't it?
Program, yeah, formula, yeah, formula, yeah.
How did that feel when we took this bin bag full of lifetime knowledge and experience, and you see it in a system like that? What was that like?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was a little bit scary as well, because I was thinking, well, surely we can't kind of fix everything with just this system. But turns out that we could actually do. I could actually do quite a lot with it, And when I did my online program, then it sort of clarified for me how good it was, and how effective it was, how much it could help people, because I was able to help people who were having tremendous problems with their dogs, really, with control, and the dogs were reactive and stuff. And apart from maybe doing the occasional webinar like this, like what we're doing now, everything was being taught through videos and PDFs and webinars, and the people who followed through with the program had exactly the same results as if I was seeing them, in their front room or in their garden,
You got so many emails, didn't you, from people that were suddenly loving spending time with their dog and stuff. You just got
yeah.
Did you find it easier to kind of tell people what you did when you had this had it all kind of laid out as a system? Did it make it easier to say, well, yeah, this is who I am?
Oh God, yeah, definitely, yeah. It just that was where you came and kept me on track, and I would still. Sometimes I would run back to my little bag of ideas and come back with another one, and you would say, no, put that back in the bag, and let's do this, let's focus on this, and let's get helping people with this thing first, which was difficult for me because I'm kind of, a bit scatterbrained sometimes, but having that kind of structure of having you coaching me, I suppose, at the time, I got there much quicker,
Yeah, that's right. Because I mean, I'm in a sector where there's like 100 million squillion social media people, and when I got my system, when I put my system together, it immediately, there's nobody else who can teach the Dastardly Dog transformation formula. There's nobody else who can teach the social marketing profit blueprint. But everything you do is in this system. Everything that you do from here on in it relates back to the system. So it's kind of like this academic, what's the word? Academic kind of study, because how give me a system. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right, this is a scientific study, but we can relate what we respond to back to this hierarchy of needs, and it's that basically. You don't have to be a scientist or a academic to have your own system. They're not pretending to be a scientist or an academic, but when you can put in front of your clients and you say, well, actually, this is how I can help you. We will go through this Dastardly Dog Transformation Formula with your dog. So we'll, blah, blah, blah. And it just makes it so much easier for you to talk about and for them to grasp how you are
Makes it
different.
very, very actionable, sort of makes it very teachable for you, actionable for them, and you can measure it, can't you? Because if they say, well, I'm having problems with this, you can just go back to the system and say, well, have you done this, or you need to go back to this part here, then, and then you guide them through that little bit, rather than just makes it easier.
Yeah. So we're at book launch day. We'll talk about the book in just a minute. How do you? I want to talk to you. I've given, just by the way, I've given Dom a list of questions here, and I'm going way off topic. I'm just throwing him into the deep end here. Where do you? Because in between the signature system and the book, there's been loads of ideas. You're an ideas fountain. How do you come up with the ideas? Where do the ideas come from for the programs and stuff that you're going to offer?
Mainly from the problems, I suppose, that people come to me with. You know what I mean? We did a lot of work, didn't we, identifying who the avatar was and who my ideal customer was, and what were the biggest problems that they were suffering from, and then just in kind of typical 80-20 style, you pick the problems that the most people are suffering from, and you find that if they do certain things, then they can fix those problems quite quickly. So I think that's where the Dastardly Dog program formula came from, was asking people what they were suffering with their dogs.
Do you the format that you do the training, and I know recently you did a workshop somewhere. Do you the format that you offer it in, is it first and foremost what you want to do, and then you decide the format that you want to do, and then you decide what topics you want to talk about, and then you decide how to market it from there? Is that how it works, or do you do it the other way around?
Well, I've got the Dastardly Dog, which is kind of I've tweaked a bit and stuff, and that's what's gone into the book, and that's what's going to go into the other online stuff that I'm doing. So that's the sort of main thing that I'm talking about, and within that, that's kind of the book's kind of what's the word? Like a buffet, I suppose. The buff's like the buffet of all of the different things that I think are important to dog training, and then within that, we've got all the different chapters, which are kind of little speciality meals, I suppose, where I can go off and do individual courses and stuff on all of those things as well.
Yeah. Because like I say, in between the system and the book, there have been many different offers, and did having the system make it easier for you to find the topics for your programs and offers and everything that you've done that relate back to the program? Did it make it like a foundation for everything that you do?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It just keeps you on track all the time. Just keeps you, if and because you start at the start, and you're finding out from your audience what it is that they're having problems with, and then you build a system to fix that. Well, then that just becomes the thing that you promote, doesn't it? And you promote it different ways with different offers, and put it in different kinds of programs. But you know that I'm not just guessing. I'm not just saying, well, I think that this is what the problems that they're having, even though I probably know. We actually ask them, don't we? And we say, what are the problems that you're having? And then they tell you, and then you build something for that. And then that's what became my signature system. And then all of the offers just came from that. And once people start buying, then you know that, and they have starting success, then you know that you're giving them what they want, what they need.
When you promote your offers, you're quite a big promoter, as in the volume of promotion. Now, I know that for many people, sorry, crappy bottle again. I know that for many people, promoting, that there's this fear of being too promoty, too salesy. I presume at some point you've had that fear. Have you had that fear?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you had that fear. I kind of got over it pretty early on when I was writing the emails, and I knew I was starting to have a connection with people, and I was starting to push some people away and bring some people closer towards me. And then I think it was when the first time we did the Dastardly Dog transformation program, we launched that with your help, and I was quite sort of aggressive, I suppose you could say, or quite a lot of volume and pushing onto my list. But it's because I know that it's a system that works, and I think if you've got something that can help people, then it is your duty. I mean, other people have said this before me, but it is your duty to tell them about it. So within my emails or within my Facebook post or my Facebook Live post, and I'll try and connect with them and give them a bit of a tip, but at the same time, I want to sell to them as well, and I can't remember when the change happened, but certainly now, I mean, I sell in every email now that I send.
Yeah, and I think,
So
selling
I
is
to sell.
helping. If you're not selling, you're not helping. And I saw a quote the other day. How do you sell more online? You sell more online. And it's, that, because what it is that so few people are selling enough. What happens is you come up with an offer, and I wrote a report over the weekend where I talked about an offer. I mean, granted, there was this whole conversation that I've had that completely screwed that launch anyway, but I was created this offer and whatever, and I think I sent 4 emails and did a few social media posts, and then it didn't work. And so I always thought that I was doing enough, but when I stepped back, I wasn't doing enough. Now, what the difference that I want to distinguish here is this is not about 24/7 hustle, because I can't sustain 24/7 hustle, and it's not what I'm about for teaching you, because the whole point of leveraging your business is that you fit it around what you're doing, what else you've got going on. But to ask yourself the question, if you're not making enough sales online, ask yourself genuinely, are you doing enough to make the sale? Are you creating content? I teach create content once a day, and in Dom's case that's usually an email. Create the content and share the hell out of it. Put a call to action at the end of the content. All of your emails have got a call to action at the end of the content. Show up every day. This call right now, normally we'd come and visit my mum, and I'd sack off today and tomorrow, here overnight. I'd say, right, I'm not working. I'm not. But when Dom contacted me over the weekend regarding his book, and it was like, wow, okay, why am I doing that? Why, because stuff like this is great, and I'm not working any more harder. We're just having a chat here. So, but show up. Are you showing up enough? If you're not making enough sales online, probably not. You probably think you are, but you're not. And so, to make more sales online, make more sales online. Ask for the sale more often, basically. So, what was my
I think
other?
you have to.
Yeah.
Just to add, I think you're dead right. You have to have a good offer. Obviously, you have to have something that people want, and it has to be a good offer. But it's about the relationship that you've got with the people who you're talking to, who you want to sell to. Because I've sold, I've sold maybe 280 books have been pre-sold like before today, but 220 of those were sold by email, by the people who are on my list, who I'm talking to 3 or 4 times a week, and I've got that relationship, and I'm constantly, like you said, giving them good content and reminding them of stuff. So are you doing enough to kind of nurture a relationship with your tribe as well?
If you're putting stuff out online and it's not getting the attention, it's not getting likes, it's not getting comments or what have you, the first question to ask is this boring shit? Because if it's boring shit, nobody's going to pay any attention to it. But if you're writing passion-filled messages and they're, it's proper valuable content, and you're still not getting likes and comments, I actually don't care. I don't actually care if I do care. Love me, love me, love me. But, I don't measure the success by the number of likes and comments. The reason why, because 80% of your audience are lurkers. 80% of your audience will never make themselves known to you, but they will buy when the offer is right. So the 20%, whenever I put a post out, I can almost predict who's going to like a comment or share, because they're my 20% of core fans. But 80% aren't coming to me. Yeah, I get sales every day. I look at who's bought. I think, don't think I know them. So don't actually panic if you're not getting the interaction online, because people are still noticing, people are still reading. I remember a client a couple of years ago, really upset. She was sharing stuff all the time and getting nothing. And then she went to an event, and half a dozen people come up to her and say, "Oh, I really love your emails," or "I really love seeing your whatever it was." So these were people who weren't coming forward online, but they were noticing. People are noticing, even when you don't know they're noticing. So you are unapologetically who you are. That you don't apologise for anything. Basically, this is me, and this is what I am. If you don't like it, there's the unsubscribe button. It's a little bit more forward than I'm comfortable with doing for myself. But how do you? Oh no, let me rephrase that. Do you ever post something unapologetically you and think, scary?
Yeah.
Unfiltered stuff. You put stuff out there, unfiltered, and you think, shit. And what happens
definitely,
with that? What's the outcome with that normally?
Well, the outcome is normally that's like I said before, that's the stuff that gets the best response. That's the stuff that pulls people closer towards you. And the one tip I would say is for anybody one really good takeaway for anybody who's thinking about writing more emails or being themselves more in emails or being themselves more in Facebook posts or blogs or whatever, is if it makes you feel, when you're writing it, if it makes you think like, oh Jesus, maybe I shouldn't send that, that's when you should send it, because that's when you're being you, aren't you? When and so if it makes you feel a little bit edgy, then without a doubt, and the more the stories and the stuff when I'm more honest, they're definitely the ones when I have the most response, And yes, a couple of people will switch off or they'll say, but again, I would never want them people anyway. I would never want them people to buy my book or come on a course and stuff, because they'll just end up probably being a total pain in the arse, won't they? You know what I mean? So,
if it's not a little bit scary, it's not authentic. If it's more scary, the more authentic, the more honest, the more vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be yourself, and I probably swear a little bit more now and being more myself than I ever have done. But it's still me. I'm not kind of, I wouldn't be expecting people to, after it's not just about swearing, it's just about being you, or or letting people know your opinions. Letting people know, like I might say, oh, somebody came over to me in the park last week and they try to stroke Barry, and I tell myself, please don't touch him and stuff. Yeah, and and people might think, oh, why did you do that? Why wouldn't you want people to stroke your dogs? And then it makes them think, well, and then I say, well, because I want to keep my dog safe. I know he doesn't like it, and so it's not just about swearing. It's about being you and letting people know your feelings about certain things, especially in your industry. If you're talking to people. I'm talking to people about dogs, you're talking to people about marketing and social media and things like that. And so, you have lots of common ground. So, why not just stand up and put your hand up and say, well, actually, this is what I believe in.
Yeah.
And you can like it or lump it,
And you've really kind of not got to give a shit in a sense of, I don't, I'm just going to put this out there. I don't really give a shit what happens, because assuming how I do this is I assume in my head that 100,000 people, I assume that I'm Kim Kardashian, I hope you pronounce her name, that 100,000 people are eagerly awaiting what I'm about to say. And so that, because 100,000 people aren't in reality eagerly awaiting what I'm about to say, but when you do that, you step up into another level of couldn't give a shit, basically. That you really, I'm going to say this because it's me, and it's unapologetically me, and people who love it will love it. And it's the same with Barry. There will be people out there saying, "Oh, stop pimping your dog." you know. But the fans, I see it on your post. We want more Barry, more Barry, more Barry. They
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it,
they do, yeah, yeah, they do, yeah, yeah.
and
Hmm.
you know that comes from a place of I'm just going to put Barry out there because you know we did it with Hooch and Pepper. Just put them out there. I talk about Bill.
Hmm.
I talk about I'm going to see my mum. Most people, to be frank, most people do not care. But in your head, if you believe that 100,000 people do care, you will get to the people that there are people that care. Of course, there are people that care. People that are
Yes.
interested in it, and they will hear you. But you've got to
Hmm.
get out of your own way
Yep.
and do this stuff. So you know, when you very first started, did you think you were ready? Did you think you knew enough at that point, or did you think I need?
No, I probably didn't. No, I probably didn't. I probably didn't think.
Oh,
I'd had a lot of good trainers, dog training wise, so I knew that the stuff that I was teaching was good stuff, and that it
yeah,
was effective and that it was going to be great for pet dog owners to do and to have a go of. But I was still a bit, well, maybe I'm not quite ready for this yet, or maybe maybe I'll do another course first, or I'll do something else, But you definitely helped me with with the confidence side of it.
get out of your own way. I was talking to someone this morning on Facebook who on his vision board he wants to be a life coach, and I said, why aren't you doing that now? This guy's
Mm,
amazing. This guy's got a hell of a story to tell, and he's achieved a lot. Why are you doing this now? Because I need to get my business right. But and there's a lot of people doing that. If you're listening and you're having thoughts of there's something that you need to do first, stop it.
mm,
Do it now, because
mhm,
I don't know who uh, who he thinks, which coach he thinks has got their business sorted, because it's probably none of them. Probably even Tony
mm,
Robbins has got stuff somewhere. Um,
mhm, mhm,
but the thing is, as long as you know enough to teach somebody who was where you were, say, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you
mhm,
know enough. And what will happen is we don't stop learning. You'll learn more. And as you learn more, your community will learn more. And then more people will come in at the bottom. You know enough. You are enough.
mhm.
Just
Yep,
do it.
you are.
If you're waiting for permission to start, this is your permission. You know, it's
Mhm,
like I could not do this webinar tonight because I'm on Travelodge's £3 24-hour offer. I could wait until next week. But we're here, it's working, it's fine. I could
mhm,
not do a video because it's too windy and my hair will look crap. I could not
mm.
do a video because I'm on a ferry and it's noisy. All of this is just a story. It's not a choice.
Yeah, it's just
Do it.
excuses. Yeah. Mhm,
Do it now.
mhm.
So tell us about the books then, and how you got to sitting in the lounge this afternoon packing up books to post out. How did you get the idea for the book?
It came last year, really. I wanted to have from a. I knew that I had something good going with the Dastardly Dog transformation program that we came up with, and I just wanted to basically get into more people's hands. You know what I mean? Get more people to be playing with their dogs, and because I know that's the biggest way that people can have more of an influence on their dog and more control and a more enjoyable life exercising their dog outside if they can let them off lead more and things like that. So the book came from that. I wanted something that was going to be well, the book does lots of things really. It acts as it's a good kind of low cost introduction to me for people. It's like 20 quid. So, and there's obviously a lot of content in the book as well. There's some bonuses at the end for people to check out too.
Yeah.
And it kind of what we talked about at the start. It's like positioning. I can be myself in the book the same as I am in the emails, so that if people like it, then they can obviously have more of me, or have more access to me through other things. And yeah, and it obviously cements my expert status as a dog trainer if I've got a book as well, doesn't it? And yeah, so there's lots of things, and it's all win-wins really. I think it's win-wins for me, for the business, and it's win-wins for
To the
because
dog.
I know how powerful the message is and how much help people get just from our free emails. You know, when people reply and saying, "Oh, what you said at the start, oh, I've been playing with my dog the last week in the park, and now he's looking at me, and we're having so much more fun." And you think, "Oh, right, brilliant," and
Yeah.
oh, we want to do more stuff, and it gets them in like that. So, and that's what the book is really. The book's like, I don't know, 250 emails or something in one go.
How many going out today? 200 was it the first?
Yeah, over the next week, yeah. So we've pre-sold like about 250. We'd had a nice little rush over the weekend. That was really good, and we've sold a few more today. It's on Kindle now as well, so they can
Yeah.
get it. Oh, you got an Amazon Kindle, didn't you?
Have you
Yeah.
on if you go to My Dog's Superheroes, that's two S's, My Dog's plural
Yeah.
superhero.com. Have you got the link to the Kindle there as well?
Yeah, I can post it up. Can I post it up somewhere, or shall I just send you it? Or
You can put
it's
it in the if you put it in the chat box. Can you see the chat box to all? But what I actually meant was is if they go to mydogsuperhero.com, is there a button there that they can
oh
click through and buy
no,
it?
there isn't yet. Sorry, no, there isn't yet because it just went on Kindle over the weekend. There will be in the next couple of days. If you go to Amazon and you search for how to be a dog superhero, you'll find it straight away.
Yeah, I
Um,
found it on Amazon by searching Dom's name, and
oh, did you as well? Cool.
It's Dominic on Amazon. Dominic Hodgson on Amazon.
Yeah, went to my
Search
phone
if
now.
you want the Kindle, search for Dominic Hodgson, or go to mydogsuperhero.com, and you'll get your book sent out this week direct from Dom on the second to the
Signed
run.
copy.
Is that right?
Yeah, signed copy too.
So before we go to the questions, type in into chat box any questions that you've got for me or Don. I want to talk to you about, if you're serious about stepping up and showing up authentically, building the business that you love and making a true difference, it is your time. If you're waiting for permission to get started, this is your permission. If you need permission, there's your permission. If you're ready to step up and be the leader that your like minds are crying out for you to be, and stop being the world's best kept secret, because it's no good if all of your amazing knowledge disappear. There's a whole world of people that are crying out for your help. There were a whole lot of dog owners who were struggling to spend time to manage their dog. The dog would just run off from them out the park, and it wasn't an enjoyable experience. And without Dom stepping up, they would still be in pain. So your audience are in pain right now and need you to step up and be their leader and take a stand for them. I'm taking a stand for you if you are ready to be authentically visible, and particularly or even if you don't want all of the funnel stuff. If you're saying, listen, I really want to do this, but the funnel bit is the bit that holds me back, I'm taking a stand for you, so you don't need the funnels. We can do it without a funnel. Just get out there, get visible, create offers that absolutely excite you beyond belief, and draw your tribe in. So on Thursday, I'm kicking off the Premium Expert Success Summer School. It's a 6-week program that will run for the next 6 weeks, funnily enough, where we're going to create your personal brand around who you truly are and what you are passionate about, because it all starts with you. Everything starts with you. It doesn't start with your clients. If it's not filling you up and you're not creating offers that allow you to do your best work, you're denying your clients the opportunity to get the best result with you. So we're going to position you as an expert, find out what you want to be positioned as an expert in, create your signature system so you can stand out in your category of one, and attract a queue of eager prospects that are hungry to sign up for your premium offers that enable you to do your best work. So we're going to figure out who you are, who you truly are, who you love to work with, and how you want to serve them. And then we'll put it all together and create a personal brand around that. So we're going to get the clarity on you, them, and their frustrations and their pains. We're going to turn what you know into your system, your signature system, so you can stand out as an orange in a crowd of apples. And it also makes it easy for your ideal clients to say hell yes to working with you, because they will know categorically that you are their. To be fair, you'll be the hero, because you'll be out there taking a stand for the stuff that is going through their mind, but they haven't yet been able to step up and achieve. and you'll be out there saying, hey, I'm here to take a stand for you, and they will love you just like they love Dom and they love Barry. So we're going to serve your ideal clients at your highest level. We're going to create a premium offer in week 2. Next week, we're going to create your oh my God, exciting, yes, premium offer. And we're going to get it out there and sell it. And I'm going to give you the daily practices that I use every single day. There are 10 sales activities that I do every single day, and 2 of them are around your mindset. Because if your mind is not in the game, no matter how much practical work you do, how much hustling you do, how much you are out there, if your head isn't in the game, you're going to sabotage. And if you've read the report over the weekend, you're seeing the time where my head was not in the game. It is dangerous for your head not to be in the game, because no matter what you do out there, you're basically you're gonna send out this message: no, don't buy. So we're going to get that. So we're going to give you the daily practices. Next week, you'll get the daily practices that I use to stay in high vibe mindset, so that you are unstoppable. You can achieve everything. You believe you can achieve everything. And the other thing is that you're not creating from a place of need. Because if you've ever had cash problem, and if you read the report over the weekend, this particular occasion was a shitload of debt, shitload of tax debt. I need this money in 14 days. Need. Wrong energy. Now, no matter what the reality is of the situation, in my head, I have everything. All of my material, emotional, and financial needs have been met. In my head, that's where I create from. I never exist in reality. I can't exist in reality, because it brings my mindset down. It's a heavy weight, and you can't do your best work from there. So I'm going to give you the mindset practices to do every day. Simple stuff. It's nothing hard. And we're also going to overcome in week 4. I'm going to bring in some of the proper power tools, really, to get your fears, because a lot of the work that we'll be doing will bring up resistance and fear, and some of the old money blocks will come up. And I'm gonna give you the stuff, the tools and resources to get your blocks, how to manage your block. Because it's not true to say that you can stay 100% of the time in high vibe. I know for me, when I get tired, when I get exhausted, tired, I'm my own worst enemy. Do you find that, Dom? Do you the same? I get exhausted, and I can have the old negative self-talk, and I'm worried me and what have you. But so there are times where you have to get yourself back there, and after I've had a sleep, if it's still not right, I have additional tools to get myself back up there. So I'm going to share those with you as well, so that you are in abundance mindset, and so that you can claim your authority and be authentically visible to your ideal tribe on Facebook. Predominantly Facebook, because that is where it's all happening right now, to magnetically attract the people who will love you and will see you as their hero for taking a stand for them. Now, the Premium Expert Success Summer School kicks off on Thursday, 2 days from now, and it's $997 plus VAT to join us, but there are also instalment plans. So I'm not going to go through the whole sales page with you now, because this was mostly about Dominic. But if you go to premiumexpertsuccess.com, everything's here. We've got group calls, and you'll get one-to-one time with me. You'll get unlimited one-to-one time with me. Weekly group calls, weekly training that I'm creating. I created week 1 this morning. Brand new stuff that has not been put together in this format before. 3 bonuses. You're also going to get my Facebook ads training. So while Facebook advertising is not an essential part of this program, if you are advertising, you get more visible. So rather than, you don't just want to show up, advertise, and pour a load of money down the toilet, I'm going to give you the training for effective and profitable Facebook advertising. You get lifetime access to that. We're also going to do your signature system together, because there is a process for creating a signature system. I can give you the process, but that's only a very small part of it. What makes a signature system work is when you do the deep work, to go really, really deep into what you're about. And one of my core skills is I can unpick it. I will unpick it, I will pull it apart, so that when you put it out there, you know that you've got the best system that you could have that is actual magnetic asset for your business and it isn't wishy-washy or confusing. Because if there's one question that goes through their mind when they read that system, it's lost its effect. So we'll make sure that your signature system is the hottest thing that your business could ever have. And at the end of the program, we'll have an hour together, you and I, and we'll figure out your leverage plan. So what we talked about with Dom's whole leverage product, we'll create that plan together in our one-to-one call. So during the 6 weeks, we'll create your premium offer, your higher ticket offer, whatever that means to you, and as many other offers as you want to create, basically. So this is your gig. And then at the end, we'll map out what else you can do with the system for your system. What else your audience would say, oh my God, hell yes to. So then there's 2 other bonuses, and these bonuses are available until tomorrow at midday. And one of them is you're going to get the opportunity to JV with me. Now, this is something I don't do very often. Here we're doing an interview with Dom now, and it may be that you and I do an interview together. If you create something that you are really excited about, and I can see that there is value to my audience, and I'm not going to put something in front of my audience that isn't valuable. So it's value for both sides, and oh my God, you're so excited about it. If you join before midday tomorrow, we can potentially have a JV together. I'll promote you to my audience. I'm not only going to put the stuff out to your own audience, we'll put it out to mine. So that's until tomorrow, and that's whether you pay in full or whether you take the instalment plan. On top of that, if you pay in full, I'll also give you lifetime access to my Fast Launch Academy program. Do you remember at the end, we'll create your leveraged plan? I'll give you my program for how you can go from idea to launch within 7 days. That you'll have everything that you need to build your leverage business, as well as already be getting customers, getting sales for your premium program and communicating authentically with your tribe. You'll have the daily abundant mindset practices. You'll know what the sales activities are that you can do. And when you get this right, we're talking about maybe 30 minutes a day, genuinely. I'm not talking about 20 hours a day. We're talking about making this work for you. So it fits in, that you are filled up from deep within you, show up and do your best work, and it works for you first and foremost. Because if it works for you, it works for them, for your like mind. So 907 plus that. If you go to, let me just get the slides back up. If you go to premiumexpertsuccess.com, you'll get all the details and you can join. Now, if you're thinking, okay, this is great, but I'm not sure, and you want a conversation, can you just send me an email and we will have a chat tomorrow or Wednesday. Now, as long as you send me the email before midday tomorrow, you'll get the bonuses. But if you want to have a conversation with me, let's have a chat. Let's figure out if this is right for you before you join. If you're ready to say yes now, just go to premiumexpertsuccess.com and hit the button and join. We're in pre-work week now, so there's some stuff that you'll get instantly to help you figure out who you truly are, and we kick off the program properly on Thursday. But if you've got questions, you want to check if it's for you, then drop me a message, type it in the chat box, send me an email, and we'll schedule a conversation before you commit. So now let's have a look at the questions. How do you handle? How do I get rid of that? How do you handle moments of doubt when nothing seems to be going right and you wonder if you're doing the right thing? Dom, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Right. How do you handle moments of doubt when nothing seems to be going right and you wonder if you're doing the right thing? Do you ever wonder if you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, you do. At first, I think you do, but now I just do it anyway because I know that my system works. I know that I can help people, and
Yeah.
if they come on board, then I know that I can help them have success with their dog, and same as what everybody else will be able to help their tribe have success in their particular field. And once you know you have something that works, you just have to do it anyway.
For me, I know where I want to go. And I know it comes back to the system again. If I don't so much doubt that I'm doing the right thing, because I know that I'm doing the right thing. And even no matter how crap it got, having a job, going and getting a job is never going to feature into my brain, because I have more important work to do here. I need to save you from the crappy advice that's out there and show you how you can have it all, even when you think you can't have it all. So I don't so much doubt that I'm doing the right thing, but I do, and I know Dom does, have ideas, that shiny object syndrome, where I have to check in with myself. Is this relevant? Is this taking me nearer to my goal or further away? I'm not infallible. I launched something last year, the Get Proof offer, and it took me away. I got excited by the idea, but it wasn't right. It didn't serve me first, and I think that's the key. When are you doing the right thing? Does it serve you? Does it excite you? Do you wake up every morning thinking, yes, I've got, I'm going to do this thing? If it's not making you feel like that, then it's potentially it's not, you're not doing the right thing. But if you know that you are, just carry on, like Dom said, just carry on and do it anyway. How can we sign up for Dom's emails? You can sign up. Can you sign up at mydogsuperhero.com?
You can go to, I'm still putting that into place, I think. I'm not sure you can actually. There will be more offers going on that page soon. If you go to www.mydastardlydog.com, you can sign up for my daily doggy emails then. And if you've got a dog, they'll help you have more fun with your dog. And if you've got a business, I suppose they'll show you how I connect with my tribe using emails.
To say that URL again.
It's www.mydastardlydog.com.
Okay. If you didn't get that, just come and just email me and I'll get it sent out to you. But his emails are cool. They're fun. I can see massive value in having your signature system, but to get started, do you wait until you have it created, or do you just get started? Alistair, what do you think I'm going to say? Honestly, just do it. So if you haven't got a signature system, it doesn't matter. Just get out there. And, it was 2013 before I had my signature system, and it was 2015 before you had yours done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last year, yeah.
Get out there anyway, and then create the signature system. When you've got the signature system, amplify it. If you come into summer school, well, you can do them both together within the next 6 weeks. I really like the comment about the lack of energy within email. Do you think that things like Facebook Live help with engagement and sending the right energy? I personally, I don't do much Facebook Live because I'm really bad at procrastinating over video. If I have an idea in my head, I'm inspired, I've got to get that content out of my head within around 20 minutes, or it's physically uncomfortable for me. Yet, if I have to go and video that alive, this time next week, I'll still be dicking around over it. Where if I write, because writing is much quicker for me, I can get it out and it's in the work. And something else that I teach is, don't worry if you've seen the emails and stuff going out over the weekend. There's so much shit out there. You should be doing video. You should be doing blogging. You should be doing podcasting. You should be doing Facebook Live. You should be doing screw shit. They don't matter. What matters is you've got stuff up here that is valuable to your audience. All the time it's up here, it's not helping anybody. To just get it out in the way that is easiest for you to get it out. Now, if live stream is easy for you to get out, use live stream. If writing is easy for you to get it out, use writing. It's only Facebook Live for me only helps the energy if you are really aligned to it. If you're just doing it it's because someone told you to do it, or you're ticking an exercise, it comes over like that. And just because you can doesn't mean you should. Find the one that is easiest and quickest for you and use that format. What about you, Dom, on Facebook Live? You don't do that many, do you?
No, I don't. I've just started to do more actually, just recently. Partly because, like you said, you can get distracted, can't you, with Snapchat and different things, and whatever people are saying is the thing that you should be on. But you need to find out where your audience is, and my audience is mainly on Facebook. The demographic of my audience, I know that they're mainly on Facebook, so that's where I am. So because of that, I have actually just started to do a few more recent Facebook Live things, just because of mainly because of the emphasis that Facebook's putting on it, really. You know what I mean? If I can spend time, like you said, you can't force it, but if you're reasonably confident with it, I would say give it a go, because like emails or like writing blogs, or you'll just get better at it, won't you, over time?
Because if the energy's not there,
no, yeah. Well, people will just switch off.
They know. We know when there's no energy there. And the same thing. Do you know? Earlier I said, I imagine I'm writing my email to 100,000 people. I know people who are just getting started building a list, and they've got maybe 5 people on their list, and they write to 5 people, and you can tell. You can tell that in their head they know they're only writing to 5 people. So I'm saying pick the format that works best for you, and imagine that 100,000 people are waiting and watching or reading or what have you, and like, the energy
on the emails again, like what you said to me, you for the emails anyway, although you need to have the confidence, like you said, that you have to, that you're speaking to 100,000 people or 1,000,000 people, but with the emails you're speaking to one person, aren't you, really? You're writing that email for that individual.
You're only communicating with one person, but pretend that they're in your head that there are 100,000 times of these one people. They are literally sitting there. There's that email from Dom. There's the email from Bunty. There's that email from.
And eventually, some people do. Your tribe does do that. I think. They look forward to your emails, and they look forward to your correspondence, and whatever form it is. Definitely.
And now, in the past, I've sent email, I've sent content, I've done everything where I know I've just got to send this email because I've got to send this email. But now I won't do that. Now I will only create content when I'm inspired. And, if that means that there's no content for a month, there's no content for a month. But it's unlikely that's going to happen. But if that's how it happens, that's how it happens. But at the same time, by what we said earlier about flexing your creativity muscle, where you absorb information and filter it, the more you do that, the more inspiration there is. Some days now, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got the energy to write another. I'm on my 4th thing now, and I've got, sometimes I have to write it because I have to purge it, but then I save it and I don't send it out for a bit. But, so if you're using your creative muscle, you shouldn't run out of inspiration, but don't, if it's, I need to write an email, so, dear Dominic, this is my, if you feel like that, don't do it, just step back. If writing makes you feel like that, do video. If video makes you feel like that, do writing. Whatever it is that makes you go, because this is how I am. When I did, and that's how I imagine you are, Dom. Imagine, bang, 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 gone. Less than an hour. If it's taking you more than an hour from idea to public, you're overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Right, we've got any more questions? I think that was the, trying to scroll up on the map. Right, so that was the last question. So premiumexpertsuccess.com to get all the details of summer school. We'll start on Thursday. Pre-week is already happening. If you've got questions, if you're not sure if it's right for you and you want to talk to me first, let me know. Drop me an email, drop me a message here while I'm here, not after I've gone. And we'll have a chat tomorrow afternoon while we're back in the car and I'm not driving back to the ferry, or Wednesday. Providing that you contact me before midday tomorrow, you'll get the fast action bonuses, even if we don't talk until after that. But it's a small group, and we're going to be working together, immersing ourselves in creating your personal brand and getting you authentically out there with premium offers that, oh my God, how excite you, because they serve you first and then they'll serve your tribe and get your signature system together. So you stand out from the crowd of apples as an orange. You're the only person. There's no competitors then, because nobody else can teach the Dastardly Dog transformation formula. Nobody else can teach the 8-step profitable social marketing formula. Blueprint. Blueprint. Oh, I've got my own life. Blueprint. So you'll stand out, and when you put this, you say, hey, this is my blueprint. It's really easy, and it's really obvious how you take them from pain to ultimate result, and it's just so clear. And just like being a published author elevates you in the eyes of your audience, having your own system will elevate you to premium standards in front of your audience. And when you get out there and you create content from the heart, often you will get noticed. Just in the last few days, I've been approached by 3 big names that want to promote me. These people have known me for 3 years, but I'm out there, I'm giving content, adding value, speaking the truth, and they're starting now to take notice. And you will get your like-minded audience stepping forward. People who have known you for ages suddenly realise how you can help them. Offers that you put out will be attractive because the energy, it's all about the energy and the passion, not about just doing a tick job, or I must make an offer and it will be this. There's no energy. And not creating from a place of need. Oh my God, I need the money now. I've got tax to pay. It doesn't work like that. All of my needs are met. What would I do? If all of my needs were met, what would I create? That's what we're going to be creating. So premiumexpertsuccess.com. You can join now, 907 plus that, or there's a 2 or a 3 pay installment plan. Or if you want to talk to me first, just drop me a message and we'll schedule a conversation in the next couple of days. So that's it for the questions. Anything, Dom, just say your links again.
Well, the people can go and buy the book. This is it here. I should have showed you it, shouldn't I? This is the book, How to Be Your Dog's Superhero, Transform Your Dastardly Dog Using the Power of Play. So the Dastardly made it all the way to the book as well. And they can buy that at www.mydogssuperhero.com. That's 2 S's in the middle. Or you can sign up for my daily emails at www.mydastardlydog.com.
Right, great. And premium, if you want it on Kindle, go to Amazon and search for Dominic Hodgson and you'll find it. And definitely take notice of the bit at the back, the Yorkshire pudding recipe. I loved it. It just really amused me. And it just genuinely is one of those, like, this is me and I don't care if you don't like that, but this is Barry's favourite Yorkshire pudding. I mean, is it your recipe?
I'm not going to divulge that information. I can't. I'm not going to say. It's a secret.
You can neither confirm nor deny, is that right? Very much media trained. I reckon it's Mrs. Pat.
You're dead right.
Right, let's check. There's no more questions. Does Barry do taste testing, by the way? Does he have
Yeah, he'll taste anything. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Pepper one.
He won't leave us any left.
Oh, Pepper wants his cake, and she won't eat in public either. She'll be panting for a drink. She won't drink if people are around. Oh no, take me home. I want to go back to my palace, and then figure it out. Right, okay, so that's it. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. I hope that's been valuable. We've answered all the questions. If anything else comes up that you think of afterwards, just drop us a message, pop a post in the group. Premiumexpertsuccess.com to join us for summer school that starts on Thursday. And or let me know if you've got any questions, if you want to have a conversation first, make sure it's the right fit for you before you commit. But we are going to get you out there, authentically visible, doing what you love, serving the people that you would hang out with anyway, but now you're going to get paid for it, creating programs that excite you beyond measure, and coming every day from a place of inspiration, because I don't actually have a plan. My day is dictated by what I'm inspired by around me, and that's kind of where you can get to. So then business doesn't have to take all long. We don't need funnels. We do it without funnels. We do it with funnels. If you want funnels, we can do funnels. I love funnels. But at the same time, I am sick of seeing incredible people who have got so much to offer, not getting the message out there because funnels are just too much, enough. If you've got something great to share, which you have because you're here, let's get it out there. Funnel or no funnel, let's get you authentically visible and offering your premium offers. Oh my God, yes, exciting offers to your like-minded client, and so you can be authentically yourself and have a business that works around whatever you want it to work around. Or it doesn't. That you live it 24/7. You do as much or as little as it fits for you. So, premiumexpertsuccess.com. Join us in summer school. Get the fast action bonuses until midday tomorrow. Or let me know if you want a conversation with me. We'll have a chat. We'll jump on a call. I'll give you a call tomorrow afternoon when we're in the car, and we can talk it through. Okay. So, Dom, thanks very much for joining us here tonight. And have an amazing week packaging up all of your books, and how exciting to have your first book out there. You are now a published author. How does that feel? How does it feel to go, hey, my name's Dominic and I'm an author?
It feels really good. Yeah, it feels really good. Surreal as well, a little bit strange, but yeah, it's good. I'm really proud of it. I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah,
I
you should be.
think it'll help a lot of people. So
we don't cover book writing, but when you've got your signature system, the book is the world's your oyster,
yeah,
basically.
definitely.
Everything comes back to system. You create what you are inspired to create. Times 100, times infinity. Right. Thank you for joining us here. Premiumexpertsuccess.com to come in on summer school. I'd really love to have you in summer school so we can help you to create those premium offers and really truly get yourself visible doing what you absolutely love and drawing in the people who will love you, and Barry and Pepper and all of the people around you. So have a great evening, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now. If I can find the end button. I can't find the end button.